Okay, so that's like what, the second time I've had to kite enemies using U mission. For someone who you would think would be the frailest of the bunch, you have a remarkably high survivability rating. That might be due to you being a scoundrel. I honestly don't know. Anyway, what's cracking with you people? Anansi, and welcome back to Star Wars: Knights of the Old Republic. In the last one, we made our way into the Black Vulture base. I activated a sentry droid that did precisely F and all. Free the waitress slave and let a old school Black Vulture survive and leave. And then we got our butts handed to us by walking into an ambush that I knew was coming, but I completely forgot. A trick that you could have done in that last part, and I meant to mention it last time, but it completely slipped my mind. What you could have done, if you don't enter through the door that I entered through, which puts you in front of those two Vulcars, but go through the other way. I'll go ahead and walk back since we're still here. If you enter through, let me see here. Just take a quick second. I think this is worth showing off to give you guys a bit of a tip for if you're playing along or if you're.
Hey, Big Z, don't take this the wrong way, but lately I've noticed you're starting to look a little bit scruffy.
Scruffy? What are you talking about? I hope you aren't suggesting I take a bath.
No, I'm not suggesting a bath. I know how well that went over last time. But your hair's getting all tangled. And if you look close, you can see a few gray strands starting to poke through.
You're making this up. I groom every day. My hair is not tangled and it's not going gray. I don't think this makes any difference one way or the other. You can just kind of pick whatever. And I'm just going to be honest with you. Zalbar looks fine to me.
Don't worry, Big Z. It's nothing I can't fix. A little trim, a splash of coloring, and you'll be as good as new. Best looking Wookiee on the planet. Maybe a nice suit.
You don't trim a Wookiee. You don't color a Wookiee. And you certainly don't dress a Wookiee.
I know, Wookiees aren't into the whole clothing thing, but you could start a whole new trend. You'd be on the cutting edge.
God, leave me alone!
Okay, sheesh. Try to offer some constructive criticism, and this is the thanks I get? Let's move on. You can just stay naked and scruffy for all I care.
Okay. Did not know that conversation actually happened. I'm actually debating bringing in Cars to see if he has anything to say to Zalbar, but I don't think he does. I don't believe he does, because not every character has an interaction with every character in the game, if that makes any sense. Some characters do, not every character does. Anyway, going back to where I was. Oh yeah, if you don't enter through this door, it's only been so long since the last time I played Knights of the Republic, I completely forgot about this door. I'm like, this room looks familiar, and then I turn the corner, now I know why. If you go down this way, and if you can line your characters up just right, if you want to take on the enemies in this room head on, what you do is you open a door, bring your characters in, target each of them, and start off. You're having Zalbar, Karth, Mission, and your character, whatever your party makeup looks like, have their first move be throw a grenade. You'll throw 3 grenades, and it'll do a decent amount of damage. I completely forgot that happened, and that's on me. I should remember that. I'm playing most of this game from memory, but there are some things that slip through the cracks. Anyway, let's go ahead and enter into the Black Vulture base proper. But yeah, no, I was caught off guard that last time. I'm not gonna lie. I was like, okay, I got this. It's like, I got this. There's no way I don't got this. Forgetting that I'm not at the point in the game where I am as invincible as I'm used to being. You ever just play a game like that where you think you're invincible but you're not? Here's a swoop bike. Oh, Black Vulture Patrol Droid. Okay, we're gonna leave him alone for right now. Junk Power Droid. Now I have no more. And you could reactivate this one. I think he patrols around just this area too. But after last time, I think I've learned my lesson. We're probably going to just leave that alone for right now. Okay, let's back up a bit. There's another junk pile droid. So you could have reactivated a couple of these droids. Actually, if you had enough repair parts, you could have reactivated both droids. Now disruptor rifles. See, this disruptor is even more destructive than its pistol counterpart and is outlawed on just as many worlds. Disruptors reduce solid matter to constituent molecules painfully. Unlike typical blasters, disruptors ignore most types of personal energy shields. Okay, so this one's basically your I can punch a hole through most things. Since I forgot that I had dual wield abilities, I should have made use of that. Did I mean to do that? Did not mean to do that. How much damage does that thing do in comparison to? Yeah, so Zalbar's weapon is still stronger than pretty much anything we have right now. So we're going to keep him on that for the moment. The Achani one and heavy battle, so this is still better by a mile. Okay, so we're about to deal with some enemies. The garage should be coming up the way now. Okay, let's rotate. Well, I straight up missed. Okay, I'm also going to mention that sometimes your teammates dumb as bricks. Like, instead of staying at the minimum required distance to, do some proper damage with their energy weapons, they will run headfirst into the enemy before they stop and decide to do any damage. That's something that you should keep in mind. I'm going to be 100% with this. Now, I think they fixed this programming error. Well, the error. I think they fixed this issue with AI in the sequel. Okay. Yeah, mission got messed up. Okay.
What?
Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and go back to our melee, because I think it's probably better if I keep my melee on standby. In the garage, he should have something on him important. Got a repair kit? No, just heavy standard combat suit. Okay, so let's go ahead and destroy this. Load up. Got a guy right there. Don't want to deal with him unless I know for certain that I can deal with it in a timely fashion. And here we go. Sorry about that. I had to handle a call. But yeah, no, we want to go ahead and take care of some of these while we can. So we got a couple of ways we can go here. Most of which will apparently lead to dead ends that have nothing in them. Loading door. Okay, we'll hold off on that loading door because I have a gut feeling that if I go through that, it's going to be bad news for me, and I do not want to deal with that. Back to the other Black Wolf Curvays. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to head down this way, since this is where these guys came from. I'm going to go in through here. Okay. Ah, a gang member. He's taken care of. No, I'm going to be honest with you. So earlier in this part, or was it late last part, I upgraded to where I have my first rank of dueling. I want to say that actually does transfer over to your dual wielding skills. Garage head's desk. Oh, we got some Bazak, an improved energy cell, and another key card. Supplies, okay, medical kit. Let's see what we got in the garage computer. Can I go ahead and slice into here? Okay. Access security cameras. We're going to go to the loading bay. Okay, the loading bay just has that one droid in there. Okay. Garage. Don't know why you want to overload the swoop bikes in the garage bay. Here's our garage. Here's where we are. Now you can actually overload the terminal in here and kill yourself. I don't recommend it. And here's the engine lab. So this is probably where they're holding the prototype. And yeah, I think what you're meant to do, and I hardly ever do this because you don't have a whole lot of security spikes and computer spikes at this point, unless you go out of your way to buy them, which I don't. I believe what you can do. What you're supposed to do is supposed to overload those bikes, and then you're supposed to lead them into a trap or something like that.
Yeah?
I don't 100% remember. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Yes?
Okay, who the heck is firing at me? Oh, there you are. Got myself a stunning baton.
Yeah?
Okay, so now let's go ahead and disable that mine, because I guarantee you that mine's gonna be. Come on, come out of combat. You want to wait till your character's to whatever character you control is out of combat, because when you try to access certain things while still in combat, that's a problem. Now I don't know how they saw me or why, but they did. So we have a couple of doors here. Yeah, I don't know how they saw me. And this has always vexed me, because I think it's like every time I've done this, these guys have always come around this corner for no apparent reason. And I think you're supposed to use the
What?
What's it called? Looks like we have visitors. Lackeys conned by Gadden second to trying to steal Bredic's swoop engine accelerator. I bet.
Breshik stole that engine from Gadden. It was never yours to begin with.
Well, I didn't go to all the trouble of acquiring this prototype just so you could steal it back for that old fool. Would you like me to dispose of these Beck spies, Cannon? No, hold on a second. I see you aren't wearing the hidden Beck colors, so I'm guessing you aren't part of that feeble old man's gang. You must be a freelance mercenary. Enough yapping, hand over that accelerator. Instead of stealing the prototype for the Becks, why don't you come work for us? The Black Volkers could use someone like you. Forget it. I know all about you, Black Volkers. Be smart. Gaddenbeck is old news. He's a blind fool in more ways than one. Bredic's a visionary. Soon he'll control the entire lower city. Don't shackle yourself to a losing team. You could not gonna be honorable. Forget it. I'm not going to betray Gadden. Or how about I just kill you instead? And I'm honestly feeling kinda miffed. So how about I just kill you instead? I can see there's not much chance of convincing you to come work for us after all. Most unfortunate. Now can I kill them, Candon? Yes, darling. Kill them. Kill them all. Okay, so we have Candon Arc, Candon's bodyguards. So how do I want to handle this? Because if I run in there, I'm going to throw 1, 2, 3. Then I'm going to want to go in and flurry rush them. I'm going to have you rapid shot him. And have you sniper shot her. Because it looks like they all have energy based weapons, so this should be fairly easy to deal with. Okay, I'll admit this did not go according to plan. This did not go according to plan. Abort! Abort! Okay. That'll be about the mission I did not save, so if I die here, these, gonna pop these. Okay. And we'll probably try to focus him down, and then go from there.
Yes.
Okay, did not get a chance to pull off because I was in the middle of an attack, so we're going to need to swap out to my hand-to-hand abilities. Hold on a second. Okay, so let's go ahead and swap back to mission then. So I'm gonna go quiet during these moments because when things don't go according to plan, I get really quiet. I hope you guys have realized this by now. Okay, so that went slightly better than planned.
What?
Ever so slightly. Unfortunately, I think my character did actually end up using that advanced another hair trigger, and we got a response package. So we got another Sif energy shield, a Vertpine headband, and a response package, which is a implant, which is once again your dexterity. So we're going to go ahead and put that on my character. And we're going to go ahead and give him my old one, or amplifier. So this gives you +2 to awareness. Well, I'm going to put this on mission and have that help her out a whole lot. And this is +3 to will. Now, here's why I've been so hesitant to put on these headgears. Because in cutscenes, they stay on. And as you can see, some of them look kind of goofy. Like, let's up the mission real quick here.
Hey there, what can I do for you?
You see what I mean? This is the kind of stuff, and some of these aren't too bad. Like the one I'm wearing right now, that's not too bad.
Okay.
That's not too bad, okay? But the one that Mission's wearing, pretty much, how do I put this here? For all intents and purposes, any scene that she's in which she's wearing that is very much ruined. It just is. Now, before we pick up that engine, because that's something we need, I'm going to go ahead and save real quick. Because, man oh man, I have not been saving very often. I recommend that you save as often as possible, especially after big fights. That was basically our first big boss fight. So now we have the engine. but we still have a little bit more space to explore inside the inside of the. What am I doing here? What am I doing here? What am I doing here? We always have a little more space to explore inside of the
What?
Black Volker base. There are still things that we can do. Let me go ahead and get these characters re-outfitted. And you do want to explore around a bit, and it's pretty much the rule of thumb in any RPG. Just explore as much as you can. Yes, I'm going to put both Sith energy shields on my character because my character is the main character and they matter the most. Okay, so we got a couple of things in here. A couple of guys in here. So Zelbar. Okay, so I'm probably not going to survive this encounter. I'm going to be honest with you, but I want the experience. Okay, maybe I will. And now we have a workbench. Finally. Okay, so we're going to go into this workbench. And what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to upgrade Zalbar's bowcaster. He actually has a decent amount of stuff that he can equip. We don't have an attack bonus that we can use, but it will help him out. This is cold and fire. Don't know if we're going to need that or not. Well, I said I don't know if we need it. Those are basically the only upgrades you can get at this point. We're going to go ahead and put on this so I can upgrade my blade, and then we'll go ahead and upgrade Mish's blade. And there we go. And let's go ahead and open up this door. I one-shot him, dang. Radiation shields. Just an energy shield. Okay, that is not at all what I was expecting. So what I would recommend you do with regards to your characters and to the heads-up display system, heads-up display system, specifically with regards to the headgears, unless you absolutely need them, I don't recommend putting them on. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't recommend putting them on if you want to keep the integrity of the story and your immersion intact. I don't recommend putting them on unless you absolutely need to, because you're going to come to some very serious moments that are going to be absolutely ruined by this.
Gotcha. Darn it.
Impossible. Okay, so I think we actually have to open up the loading bay door with the... What's the word I'm looking for here? I think we actually have to open it up with this garage key that we have. Okay, so I'm going to access this loading bay door. So let's overload the swoop bike, see what that does. Alright, now I know what I'm supposed to do. If you overload if you overloaded the bikes, every single technician down there would have came running to see what the problem was, and then it would have detonated and killed all of them. Yeah, the loading bay. It is odd that you cannot open up the loading bay. I could have sworn you could. And I believe you can come back at a later point. At least for the time being, there is a point of no return that we're going to get to eventually.
Huh?
Okay, so these characters are back here. So I'm going to put on her goggles. That might actually help. Strength, stamina, alacrity. What does alacrity increase? Because I want to see if I can actually. I wonder if I can actually open this up. Because I feel like you should be able to open up. There's a droid behind there. I don't see why you wouldn't be able to. Where is it? Alacrity. That is. Oh, that's a dexterity bonus. So no, that's.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it's impossible. And you can't break it open. I think what would happen is if you joined with Bredgick. Oh, I kind of breezed past this. Yeah, that dialogue tree you had down there. That was your first chance to go the dark side route. At various points in the game, you will have what I call alternate destinies, where you can go. Some people distrust the Jedi almost as much as they do the Sith. They don't understand either group. Bear that in mind, because that's a big plot point for the second game. I'm going to be honest with you on that one. But yeah, that's your that is your first inclination to. Well, that is your first inclination that something that you can go a different route if you so choose. And they're pretty black and white when it happens. Going to be honest with you, they're not as nuanced as choice routes are nowadays. Like this isn't Mass Effect. This isn't, guys. What are you doing? This I seem to remember happening a lot too. They're not as nuanced. They're not as thought-provoking as what later games that Bioware and other game developers that use choice-based systems would attempt to do. I'm going to be honest with you on that one, but it is something that it is your way of forging your own destiny with regards to Knights of the Republic. Because that's something that they did that while they didn't, I believe they did market. It wasn't very heavy. You know, you could just decide you want to be good or bad. But yeah, I think if you join Bredgick or Optic as Opera, you could then access the loading bay. But I don't think there's anything in there. So now that we got that taken care of, let's go out the front. Once again, I'm going to go ahead and save right here. Even though I think that shouldn't be a problem, I think it shouldn't be a problem, and you're about to find out why I'm right. If I'm wrong, then hey, it's going to be very interesting next couple of seconds. Crystals placed in the hilt of a lightsaber affect its power, abilities, and color. Okay, good to know. Okay, I'm right. So, earlier in the playthrough, I went to do some side quests in which I got the second, whatchamadoogie, the second, in which I got the second, no, I didn't mean to do that, I don't know why I did that. Which I took care of some side missions, and that's when I got the second conversation with Karth and mission. When I came back, I had some Black Volkers to kill. Those Black Volkers were meant to be there for when you walked out of the Black Volker base as a final challenge. Yes, this clipping issue does happen. Don't worry, it's all part of the experience. And yeah, because I killed him earlier, I have nothing to worry about. Now, in the next one, we're going to hand over this prototype accelerator back to Gavin Thek, and hopefully, finally, rescue Bastila. I've been Anansi, you've been honest, and I'll catch you later.